Okay, so the main thing that I wanted to try and do to this is stop the suspension from moving back and forth like this. Because when you're sitting on here and you go to make a turn on a bumpy road, you'll lean like this, making your one tire spin up, and since it has an open differential, that tire will spin, and you'll lose all momentum, and you'll feel like you'll want to fall off. So what I want to try and do is move the axle right up here and stop it from going like this. So that's what I'm going to work on in this video, and then eventually I'm going to try and move my frame back more, make me sit down further. So because I want to move it up forward, we're going to have to think about where we want to put it. What I want to do is chop the frame right before this, where this bumper mounts. Just chop it on both sides, put the axle right where that was, and then that'll be a little bit lower, and then this will be a little bit more forward. So the first thing that we got to figure out is my header situation. So what I want to do is move these and try and move them back more. I've already got mufflers for them, so I gotta take these off, then we gotta try and move them, and then we'll work on extending my winch wires, and then we'll cut the frame today. So another one of my main goals was to make this thing consistently go 36, and the problem with that was my exhaust system. It was too free and was very uneven, especially because one of my headers was missing one of the bolts. So when I put this in, I'll be sure to grab another bolt and Loctite them all. Now that the headers were off, I am going to see about my steering situation, if I'll be able to move it up. Because to move it forward, all that I gotta do is extend this, but to move it up, I might gotta mess with that. So I gotta take off the axle. So the axle unbolted easily, so now if I raise the mower up, the whole front should just come down, and then I should just be able to undo it from that rod, undo it from this rod, and then cut the frame. So instead of cutting the frame, I just decided to weld the axle up a little bit more on the frame so that way it couldn't move, and it was just the smallest amount lower. So all I had to do was cut these two bearings where the bolt went through on the axle. And as you can see, I was able to do that pretty well. And with this video, you can see that there is no play in the steering except for where it meets the axle. Alright guys, so I just finished up, welded a solid around. I'm going to put nuts in there and tack it up again. Just tack that up so it's a little bit stronger, but I got to do my headers first. Or not first, but I just want to do my headers. I got 2 of those to weld onto the ends of these. Not sure how I'm going to do it just yet, but I'm going to go in my shed and get another one of those bolts. So I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I can hear my neighbors jamming out with some music. But here's my other 20 horsepower engine, which will probably donate stuff once my other engine kicks the bucket. So all that I gotta do is get one of these header bolts out, but there's like nothing in my shed. It's amazing. That's my dad's. That's my dad's. The rest of the stuff's all mine. But yeah. So I'm not sure if I want them to dump out right here or right here. Not sure just yet. Probably like right here. So because of my oil drain plug, I gotta shorten this one by about 2 inches because it hits that. So I got the one that had to shorten a little bit, and then right as I was going to tack that on, my dad's welder that I use, it just completely stopped. Because sometimes it globbers up there and you can only use tweezers to get it off, but you can't this time. So I'm just gonna have him try and figure something out. Hopefully I'll be back at this in the next 30 minutes or so. But I did do a good job shortening that. Alright guys, so I forgot to take into account the oil filter and the oil drain plug on the other side. This took an extra hour because I couldn't make them the same. But you can see how intricate this is. So I'm gonna put them in and then let's try it. I really hope it'll fit. Alright, so it's all welded up. I already took it for a little bit of a drive and it did good. Melting on the exhaust over there, but that's fine. It's self-clearancing.
So I'll give you guys a little short drive. So as you guys can see, it worked out very, very good. I'm super happy with it, so hopefully we will be able to move the seating position, but the front axle and the exhaust system works phenomenal.